My name is Wendy Patrick, and we're going to have a special devotional about Mother's Day. How can we identify the ideal qualities of a mother biblically and then discuss them in terms much broader than a maternal relationship so the message is relevant to everyone? Loyalty, unconditional love, or rose-colored glasses, as we like to say sometimes in jest, and perseverance, never giving up. Now, I've seen this time and again in my work. A mother is someone that doesn't give up on her children. She will persevere in her love and hope for her children even when everyone else has thrown in the towel. She will continue to believe in them. This is one of the aspects of love described in 1 Corinthians 13:7. Love always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. This is why the defendant's mother is always in the courtroom. This is why no matter how many bad choices children have made, a mother never gives up on them. This is why parents seek multiple medical opinions when their child is diagnosed with a disease. This is why children come to expect in healthy families. This is what children come to expect in healthy families, that their mothers will never give up on them. But who else will never give up on us? The answer to this is found in the parable of the lost sheep in Luke chapter 15. Where Jesus explains that when we get lost, God doesn't give up on us. He perseveres in searching for us until He finds us. That is how valuable each of us is to Him. The parable says, suppose someone has 100 sheep and loses one of them. Doesn't he leave the 99 in the open country and go after the lost sheep until he finds it? And when he finds it, he joyfully puts it on his shoulders and goes home. Then he calls his friends and neighbors together and says, rejoice with me, I have found my lost sheep. I tell you that in the same way, there will be more rejoicing in heaven over one sinner who repents than 99 righteous persons who do not need to repent. Now take a minute to visualize the scene. 100 sheep. You can imagine how that's much like in a pasture. 100 sheep probably covered the hillside. How in the world would Jesus know a sheep had gone missing? Notice Jesus doesn't say, suppose you have 10 sheep and one is missing. Even the most inattentive among us might notice that. He says 1 out of 100. Somehow God knew which one was missing. Now sometimes I see this when picking a jury, and a mother of 10 children is able to tell you not just how many she has, but also their names, where they live, and what they do. It's amazing. God's loyalty even surpasses that. He even knows which 1 out of 100 sheep is missing and goes to find it. And He will persevere until He does. That's the way He behaves with us. Another great part of that parable is how long will God look for us? Think about the last time you misplaced your car keys. How long did you search for them? A few minutes and then say, oh, well, I guess they're just going to have to stay lost? No way, because your life is going to grind to a halt until you find those keys. So you search for them until you find them. That's how long God searches for you. That is perseverance. Now for you mothers watching, please keep these qualities in mind because they are wonderful gifts that you can give to your children. And as mothers, you can greatly contribute to the spiritual growth of those you love. The Apostle Paul recognized this in 2 Timothy 1:5, where he said to Timothy, regarding the spiritual guidance he received from his mother, I am reminded of your sincere faith, which first lived in your grandmother Lois and in your mother Eunice, and I am persuaded now lives in you also. This is a great verse for the positive influence mothers have on their children. Take advantage of your position of trust. When you offer your children loyalty, unconditional love, and the security of knowing that you will never give up on them, you will be in a great position to be a fabulous influence on their spiritual development and maturity.